I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this post, but I don't give a black men. What's the difference between these two guys? I'm asking because I'm asking because of the way we have responded to both scenarios. They are exactly the same scenario, but our response is completely different. So, for those of you who don't know, this guy, his name is Jason Pope. He's a rich white boy from Florida. His dad is a judge, blah, blah, blah. And his race. And one day he woke up and he learned that he had contracted HIV. And being the racist that he is, this is something he has admitted out of his mouth. Being the racist that he decided, since he has HIV, AIDS, he was going to try to spread it to as many black men. His specific choice of words, he said this out of his mouth. He wanted to infect as many black men as possible. But him not being gay, how was the only way to infect black men? He decided to go after the black man's biological mate, aka the black woman. Jason Pope is a white man in America. Black wife effect, sprinkle, black man ain't shit, bullet bags. Like, he has lived long enough to know all he has to do is look at a black woman and smile and she'll spread her legs. Like, that's it.
I don't know. There's something about that statement that don't really sit right with me, but I can't place my finger on it. It feels disrespectful to some degree. That's how I feel. You guys let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about it. And I know the guy said, Issa said at the beginning of the video that he doesn't care however we feel about what he's saying in this video. He's going to say what he's going to say. And of course, he's entitled to his opinions. But like, as a black woman who this particular guy or any white guy cannot just come and smile at and I will just open my leg. I don't know, it just feels a kind of way because he did not say some. It almost came off like he's generalizing here, like he can go and smile at any black woman and she would open the door for him to come in. You know what I mean, right? When that's not true. So it's giving this generalization energy, and I think that's what is throwing me off. Because imagine if someone were to do the reverse of what he did and say, oh, whenever a white woman smiles at a black man, that's all it takes for the black man to want to, take her to bed. I'm still going to feel a certain way hearing that, because that's the meaning. That's basically you saying that, oh, black men don't value themselves. Anything goes basically as long as it's white. Like, they don't have their own pride. They don't have respect for themselves collectively. And as long as it's white, they are good to go. They will jump in. Because that's basically what he insinuated to when he said that, oh, all it would take is for him to just smile as a white man, smile at a black woman, and the black woman would open her leg. Like, I don't know. That's a very disrespectful thing to say, very demeaning thing to say, like, and is so like generalizing it like that, like every black woman, that's all it would take. Like, that's crazy. By him saying that, that's basically him saying that black women don't have values, we don't have morals, we don't have certain standards that we hold ourselves up to. Like, yes, we are not a monolith and there are people out there that are doing, what they do, but like, you cannot come out and say, oh, that's how the majority of us operates, or all of us operates. Like, some of us are not even interested in them people, some of us are not even attracted to them. So like, hearing him say that, like, oh, just because they are white will go, I'm like, that's crazy. Literally had my gears grinding when I heard that. Like, no, that's so, I don't know. But you guys let me know down below in the comment section how you feel about the statement though. And of course, you are allowed to feel differently, but let me know. I can't wait to hear you guys' opinion on it and how you felt about that particular statement.
So he infected 700, not 100, not 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 black women. This man raw dogged over 700 black women after he found out he had HIV. That was his way of punishing black people. He wanted to give it to them so that they can come back and pass it on to black men. When he was found out, it was a big story at that time, And the issue is, a lot of sisters, black women, so of the 700 women he slept with, I think about 18 to 20 were underage. So every time you brought it up, black women be like, oh, he underage. And it's like, yes, that is very up. But let's take away the underage women, the 20 underage. Let's talk about the 680 overage black women that saw this man. He looked at them, he's like, hey, what's up? They're like, oh my God, slave master daddy. And they just spread their legs for him to infect them. That's this one. Now, let's talk about this one. This guy is a black.
I don't even know what to say. I Yo, I'm I'm speechless. 700. That's evil. I don't see. I'm having this is me right now. I don't know if you can see it. My skin is crawling like yo. Oh, I can't. Let's hear what the other guy did because he asked what's the difference between two of them. Did he do a similar? Let's find out.
Let's talk about this one. This guy is a black porn star. I have never heard of him. Don't know who he is up until a couple of days ago. I saw a girl crying on my FYP saying she got herpes from some guy. It got out. Everyone starts talking about it. And then come to find out the number of women that this man has infected. Not just the number, the caliber. And I'm not gonna lie, if I say there's no little bit of hater in me, oh absolutely there's a little bit, because of the caliber of black women that this man infected. I would say 80% of them are women that I absolutely have no problem. Like they're bad enough, gorgeous enough to where you say, oh, this is who I want to start a life with. Like he went knowingly, like the numbers that have been pulled up, famous names, over 100 has been brought up that he knowingly infected, knowing goddamn well those same women will go and pass it on to somebody. So my question to black men is, why are we giving this guy grace, but not this guy? Like this guy, we're giving him shit. Oh yeah, Jason Pope. But Gucci third leg, suddenly we're now blame. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, women 100% have blame on this. You have to care about your own health. You have to know who you're sleeping with. 100% women have fault in this.
Like I get it. It's 2024, and we want to be free to do what we want to do. It's our bodies, our choice. I get that, and I'm down with that. But you have to care about the body, though. Yes, it's your body, your choice. But care about the body. But you can't be out here just giving the body to anybody.
Don't sleep around. Don't sleep around. I promise you, it does more harm than good.
Because if you don't even protect this body, how are you going to be able to have a body to have all of this enjoyment and pleasure with?
But my question to black men is, why are we giving this guy grace, who is knowingly passing on to black women who will pass it on to the rest of us, and not this one who's doing the exact, like they're the exact same men who have STDs, who are knowingly passing it on to black women so that they can pass it on to the rest of us. What's the difference of? And you can't say, because now it's 2024, HIV is no longer a death sentence. So what is the difference between Gucci third leg and Jason Pope? I need black men to answer this, because the responses have not been consistent.
The only difference I can tell is that one is racist, the white one is racist, and he targeted a specific group of people to cause them harm because he hates them. Other than that, they're kind of like the same because they intentionally infected people. I also went to read a bit more on the case because this is the first time I'm hearing about this story, and I found out that it happened a couple of years ago, Actually, while reading articles, I found that these articles were even contradicting themselves, because some articles were, what they were listing as his crimes was different from what some other articles were listing. Some articles were like, oh, he sexually trafficked over 600 minors between the years 2017 and 2019. Some articles were like he XEX trafficked minors, over 600 of them between 2017 and 2019, and he intentionally infected one with HIV. But then they did not say, oh, if others, he infected them with HIV, but not intentionally. Other articles are like, no, he's XDS trafficked minors, yes, over 600 of them, but he also intentionally infected like 600 of them with HIV. It's just like the information is all over the place, and these articles, I don't know, they're just being messy. But regardless of what the articles are doing, still are, because they're like recent articles as well. I saw one that was as recent as like 6 months ago, and they're just like all over the place with the information. But regardless of whatever they are doing, obviously this guy was a very terrible human being, and he should be locked under the jail, put him somewhere at the bottom of the ocean, and just leave him there, because like, what the actual hell? This is a very disgusting human being. I don't know how the universe let this happen, but it happened, and good thing he's paying for his crimes right now. He's in prison, and if you ask me, he did not get enough time, because this is crazy. Man, at first they gave him 30 years, and then later on they reduced it to 19 years. That's not enough for the lives that he has ruined. It's just very sad, the situation, and it's very unfortunate, and I hope the ladies are getting compensated for what they had to unfortunately experience. I saw just one GoFundMe from back then when it first happened. I want to know, please let me know down below in the comment section, for those of us who know about the story. Did they get some kind of like monetary compensation from him or his family? Because like, yes, I know there is no amount of money that is going to erase the pain and the trauma and the memory of all that happened to them and all that they unfortunately had to experience. Yes, I know there is no amount of money that is going to undo what he did to those girls, but at least, small money to hold body and use to the seafront. Now they have all of these bills. Are going to be taking medicine for this sickness, this virus, right, HIV, for the rest of their life. That's expensive. It's just so much. And I just hope the ladies are doing okay, and they have a support system. They have family that's there for their friends, loved ones, that are taking care of them and looking out for them. Because like, I can only imagine what this is like, right? And I hope that they're doing okay, and they're able to move past all of this. But now on to Gucci third leg. So I'm reading as well on the guy from this article, and they're saying that it was a lady, Dania Davis, who said that she was only 19 when they collaborated together, and he never disclosed that he had a sexually transmitted disease. She also claimed that Gucci Third Leg knew about his diagnosis and purposely kept it a secret from her and his other female social media collaborators.
I'm just gonna say, yes, he gave it to me. It's devastating to have to come on here and share that whenever I was 19 years old, Gucci Third Leg burned me with HSV2. And he told me that he was going to send me his test results. And he never did. And it saddens me to hear that he's done this to so many girls. And there's girls with so many similar stories to me. And they're so young as well. He is preying on the young. He is preying on the new. And I'm so sorry for not saying this 7 months ago. I was scared. And I was making so much money. I can't keep beating around the bush because you guys think I'm lying. And he can't ruin anybody else's life. I didn't know what he was known for. I didn't know who he was. I didn't do my research. And it is my fault.
Being that Gucci Third Leg has collaborated with some of the biggest porn stars in the world, Davis claims that he has exposed dozens of women to the disease. Streamers Adin Ross and Dashay Frost, I don't even know who these people are. My goodness, like never heard of these names before. But anyways, let's continue. They are saying that they have slept with both of the women that GTL, right, Gucci Third Leg, has collaborated with, which now has the industry abuzz about who could have been exposed and possibly even contracted the disease. In the prawn world, like things are going ablaze. I guess people are now trying to figure out whether or not they have contracted stuff and looking at other people's sexual history. My goodness, this is crazy. But anyways, this is the story now, Sha. And it started with this lady, I believe Dania Ross, Danae Davies, sorry, I said Rose. I don't even know where that came from. Which I believe is the person that Brother Isa was speaking about earlier when he said he came by a lady crying on TikTok talking about how GTL allegedly gave her herpes. But anyways, guys, this is all I could find right now on the story. Is still new, so I guess I don't know if more's going to come up on it, or if he's going to get charged, or if someone is going to sue, and who else is going to come out finding out that they contracted the disease in the industry. But I don't know what to say except please guys, be safe out there. If you must be out there, do something. Protect yourself. Wear raincoats. Get a shield or something. I don't know. Everybody has to be careful because you don't know really who people have been with and what the people that they were with had and what they may or may not have right now. So you have to protect you, because there are people out there really who obviously don't give a damn. They are out there trying to take everybody down with them because they are going down. So you have to protect yourself. I'm speaking to both genders here and every other person in between. Protect yourself. Human beings not be like that, so. And it's because of things like this. That's why I have trust issues and why I would most likely have trust issues to the day I die. Because what the actual F is this? What is this? And there are like so many stories about things like this. A couple of years ago, it was one popular TikToker, I believe he's Korean American, that did the same thing. He knowingly spread chlamydia to people.
A GPS chip inside me. Do you think I consented to that? Do you think I consented to that?
Do you think those women that you willingly gave chlamydia to consented to that?
Stop Asian hate. Stop Asian hate. And colorism.
Ivy, quick question. Are you doing social justice content right now because you want people to forget about the fact that you gave a bunch of women chlamydia when you cheated on them?
Attack. What is it, a fentanyl overdose? No, even worse. They got misgendered with the wrong pronouns.
Don't think for a second we forgot about the chlamydia. Bro was out here making himself into a bioweapon Santa Claus, STDs to all the boys and girls.
One true crime story I followed a couple of years ago as well. It was a guy that did the same thing again. He knowingly spread herpes. This one said he was a pharmacist and he was popular on the internet. He was like an influencer, right? He had this channel on YouTube and he was good looking. He was using his charm to attract the ladies. And that's how he gave these ladies herpes, unknowingly. It's like everybody gets a herpes. You get a herpes, she gets a herpes, everybody gets a herpes. And now these women's life are like forever ruined because I hear herpes like this it's very serious and it's painful, and it doesn't have a cure. My goodness, oh no. And let's not even talk about the dynamic of people coming into the continent, foreigners coming to the continent, Mama Africa, with their diseases and intentionally spreading it here. This is why I tell people to be wary. Like, be wary. It's like a survival instinct that you are supposed to have as a human being. But I don't know why sometimes this instinct, I don't know if you become docile or when them people just see palm-colored people or people that are of a different complexion from them. Now, all of a sudden, you don't know how to behave. You be opening leg up and down, rooting out your magical rod and be digging it into places. Like, what are you people doing? Is it every rod that you see that you used to climb? Any room they just open, you would enter? Now, so that they do for here? Is this how you used to behave now in planet Earth? Now, so now they do them now. See, I don't even know what to say, except obviously the human race is having a global problem of some people just being too trustful or trusting and thinking that anybody and anything can come in between their legs. Because, like, I don't know what's happening. with all of the informations that we have these days, and all of the things that we know that's going on in the world, and how crazy and unkind and wicked people can be, it's just crazy to me that we are still seeing people who are like, so trusting. Like, I don't get it, especially when they are so trusting of strangers, people they met on the internet, and now they think, oh, because the person is a certain way online, this person is safe enough for them to give their body to them. Like, this is crazy. Because there are times where, yes, of course, you were not in this street just giving it to everybody. It can be your loving, quote unquote, loving partner, or supposed to be loving partner, someone that you were supposed to trust to be taking care of themselves and not be in the streets and bringing things back home that just might bring each back home to you because they were in the streets, regardless of gender, right? Because there are women out there that are doing funny stuff, there are men out there that are doing funny stuff, and they are bringing things back home to their partners. So that one happens. If that can be happening in a dynamic that is supposed to have trust in there, if someone that you quote unquote trusted or told you that you can't trust them, if someone that you know and have known for a long while can do something like that to you, regardless of gender, imagine someone that you are just meeting. Imagine someone that don't know you from nowhere, that at this point they don't give a damn about you. Imagine what they can do to you if they just happen to not be a very good person. Who you are getting into bed with is not something that you can be willy-nilly with. Like, it's deep, it's serious, and it has to be treated seriously.
If nobody on social media has ever said this to you before, I'm gonna say it. Don't sleep around. If you're young, in your 20s, or even in your teens, I'm gonna have a very real conversation with you right now. A lot of people may not agree with me. If you don't agree with me, that's cool. You don't have to. But if you do want to listen, then grab a chair. Don't sleep around. I promise you, it does more harm than good. A lot of people think that, like, since we're in a society that's really sexualized, you kind of have to get with the city girl mentality and the hot girl wave. And don't get me wrong, like, I encourage everybody to have fun and live their youthful days and turn up. But you can have fun. You can even date around without actually sleeping around. And my reasons for why people shouldn't sleep around have nothing to do with anyone else but you. I just feel like it does more harm than good. I talk about hookup culture a lot on here, and I just say, like, how at the end of the day, it makes you feel really empty. You giving your body to someone and them treating you like you're nothing but a means for them to feel good, it's going to make you feel bad about yourself. And in turn, it's going to cause you to have lower self-esteem. When you're giving the most precious parts of your body to someone and they don't even treat you like a human being, and all they say to you afterwards is, so how you finna get home, or are you going to call your Uber, etc., etc., it's going to make anybody feel bad. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how hard body you are. It's going to make you feel bad. It's going to hurt. I know my makeup probably looks crazy right now, but it's the light, and just trust the process. But I'm saying, you don't want anything that's going to just break down your self-esteem over time. You don't want people to just treat you constantly like you're a piece of meat. It does not feel good, and it's not going to feel good. I feel like you're important. You as a woman, you're powerful, you're important. So you should only have actual interactions where people treat you as such. A lot of people feel like maybe they have to settle for being someone's situationship or being in a 10-year-long talking stage because they feel like that's all you can get. But I'm going to say this for the 100th time. Whatever you accept from life is what exactly you're going to get. If you just are comfortable staying in a long-term situationship and staying in a long-term talking stage or whatever they want to call it nowadays, that's all what you're going to get. Because you're not demanding more from the men in your life or from the men around you.